It's with a heavy heart that I have to relay the news that Miiverse is dead. Okay, it's not dead yet, but it will be soon, because Nintendo just announced that on November 8th this year, they are shutting down Miiverse on both the 3DS and Wii U. So the entire service is going away, you won't be able to post messages, you won't be able to read messages, and any games that support the Miiverse, those features will no longer function properly, or function at all. They even give one example of New Super Mario Bros. U, where it shows how the Miiverse messages would pop up on the world map, they'll no longer appear at all. And they actually have a list here on their Japanese website that shows all the affected games by this, so I'll link to that in the description below if you want to check it out for yourself. So yeah, Miiverse is basically coming to an end very soon, in just a few months, which is a little bit unfortunate. I was never a huge user of it within the app itself, but I appreciated what it did, and when it worked, like when it was firing on all cylinders, it worked really well. Such as in the case of Mario Maker, where you could leave comments on other people's levels and see those comments both in your Miiverse feed, but also within the levels themselves. So I feel like losing that is kind of losing a big part of that game specifically. And there were a few other games that made good use of it too, like Splatoon, where you could draw artwork and it would appear in the environment as graffiti, which is a really neat touch. Now granted, those games are more the exception than the rule, but it still shows that Miiverse had some really cool potential that it never quite fully lived up to, so it is sad to see it coming to an end, especially with it not even being 5 years old. Now to be fair, we knew this was coming eventually with Miiverse not appearing on the Switch in any form, but the 3DS is still a very vibrant platform, and heck, it feels like they just added Miiverse to the 3DS not even that long ago. So it really is surprising they're cutting it off so soon without still being a very active platform and games still coming out for it. And then again, I just want to bring up Mario Maker again, because I feel like that's a game that's going to be most affected by this, because getting that community feedback was so important. Like, I love being able to see that. And the fact that there's no Mario Maker yet on Switch, with no alternative community or, you know, being able to post messages, really is going to hurt that game, I think. So it is a bit of a bummer, even though, again, we all saw this coming, just I don't think we saw it coming this soon. I should mention one more thing real quick before we wrap this up, and that's looking at the translated version of the article. It sounds like you might be able to download your own Miiverse messages as an archive at some point in the future, if I read that correctly. So hopefully we'll get more details about that in not too long. Anyways, that's enough about my thoughts on it, but what do you think? Are you sad Miiverse is going away? Do you wish you had stuck with it on the Switch and tried to improve it? Or do you just not care? Let us know by posting in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and of course stay tuned to GameXplain for lots more on, not Miiverse, but everything else Nintendo as well. Catch you later, bye.